Hello, ladies. I hope this video finds you mentally and physically healthy as we navigate through this quarantine for a little bit longer. We're beginning week 4 in 3043, and this week we're only talking about one thing, the running record. This is an assessment tool that every literacy classroom uses. It informs you about the student's reading knowledge, and it guides your instruction, whether your instruction be one-on-one with that child, small group, or whole group. Before you begin this week, please read chapter 11 in our text guided reading. And once you have read chapter 11, then move on to the presentation section, where you will find videos of how to take a running record. And once you take a running record, you're not finished. That's only half of it. The other half is coding the running record to see what source of information that the reader is using and neglecting. So you're going to look at on vacation, and as you are watching this video that is a student actually reading, think about the child's strengths and what did she struggle with. Now, it's important to closely analyze the errors and the self-corrections of a child's reading. This is going to guide you as to what the child knows and controls and what they need to learn next. So when you analyze the running record, that's where those MSV initials come in: meaning, structure, and visual. Here's a handout. When you analyze the MSVs, we always are analyzing up to and including the error that the child read. So for meaning, does the meaning remain intact even with the error? Structure, does it sound right? Is that syntax correct? Visual, does the error look like the original word? Visual is not the picture. Visual means, does the error the child said look visually like the original word? And it might be the beginning or the middle or the end that is visually the same, or it could be one of those. If you have questions about MSVs, please ask. By the end of the week this week, you will be able to take a running record and identify 2 strengths and 1 teaching point. And like I said, if you have questions, please ask me. This is Mari Clay's running record form. And Fountas and Pinnell have their own running record form, which is a variation of this. But if you're using Clay's form, make sure that you have filled out the top with the information of the child. You have the title of the book, the level, and the number of words. Over here is where you analyze the errors and self-corrections. So over here, you're going to write MSV and circle the information that the reader used. The same for the self-corrections. You're going to circle M if it was meaning that the child used to self-correct, or if it was structure, you're going to circle the S, and if it was visual, you're going to circle the V, but you're going to write MSV every time. Then you're going to go up and put, is it easy, instructional, or hard? And here is where you're going to put, the student has a strong use of meaning, but completely neglects visual cues. This is just a brief analysis of what you've already done here. There are apps that will help you figure out how to figure the accuracy rate and the self-correction rate. We used to have to do that by hand when I first started. Now you've got an easy app to use. Just search running record and you'll find it. This is Fountas and Pinnell's from their benchmark assessment system. You're still putting a tick mark above what the child reads accurately. And if the child says, with 4 minutes, I'm going to write the word "for" up here. And then I'm going to count the errors and self-corrections, and then I'm going to analyze them. So it's just a variation. Here are some additional videos with children actually reading that you might want to practice taking a running record before you actually do it with your case study student. The discussion forum this week. There's several parts. You're going to watch the video example of a child reading at the zoo, which is found on Moodle. Think about her as a reader. And this is the important part. What did she do well? What can be improved? What does the data tell you? So you're going to have one strength that you saw and 2 areas for improvement. So what did she do well? That is your strength. What can be improved? There needs to be 2 areas. What does the data tell you? Please remember that you need to use at least 2 additional sources. To be exemplary, you need to have 3 additional resources in addition to our course text. And you're going to respond substantially to 2 other students. And please check the rubric for the word length in your responses. And also, what kind of response I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to ask reflective questions of your classmates. And use what you know. Use those resources to back that up. Many of you are asking questions, which is fantastic, and many of you are also answering those questions of your classmates. Keep up the hard work. If you have any additional questions, please post them and check back periodically for my answers. You guys are doing great. We're on week 4. You're halfway there. Thank you.